Hi everybody, welcome to the Ric Wesley Show. I'm DJ Foster, joined by Grand Valley State head basketball coach Ric Wesley. Coach, a light week for you last week. You only played the one game, kind of an off week for you almost. You went to Ferris State on Saturday. You fell 65-57 in a rivalry game. A tough game. Ferris is a good team this year, maybe a surprising team a little bit as we've talked before in the past. You trailed 33-22 at halftime and you made a good comeback. You got within 5 points in the final, I believe, 2 minutes, and then Ferris State made a couple free throws and a couple plays to kind of close off the game. What were your thoughts about the game against Ferris State?
Well, disappointing the outcome. We'd had a good week of practice, thought we were really ready to go up there and play. Didn't get off to a great start, which is a key thing when you go on the road. But we did battle back, made it interesting at the end. But too many wasted possessions, not enough strong defense down the stretch to get the victory.
Breland Hogan and James Thomas led you with 13 points and 8 rebounds each. Breland had 4 assists as well. Tyrone Lee put up one of his better games of the year, 6 points. He made all 3 of his shots, but he had 12 rebounds. He dished out 3 assists. He had a block and a steal. Talk about some of those guys' individual performances. Mike Prisdale also played well, getting the start.
Yeah, the game wasn't without some positive things happening. We really, as a team, rebounded better in this game than we have in almost any game this season. Tyrone, in particular, had a good all-round game, 12 rebounds, and made all his shot attempts, so on and so forth. Both Breland and JT had some good moments in the game, but just didn't get enough good play from enough guys. And they're veteran guys. They had really good balance scoring. They kind of came at us from 4 different directions at different times. So, I like a lot of the games we've had this year. We're right there, we're close, we're competitive, but we just couldn't quite get over the hump.
Yeah, 63 of their 65 points came from their starters. One final word about this. You had season-high 40 rebounds. You out-rebounded Ferris State, who's a good rebounding team, by 12. But as we'll talk on our radio show, it was 16 turnovers. Just kind of seeing you're one of the best turnover teams in the country, and it just seemed to be a little too much for you to get over the hump.
Yeah, that and our inability to get to the free throw line. We got probably half as many free throw attempts as they got, I think. Mm-hmm. That as well as the turnovers, probably an indication just not being mentally tough, maybe not being physically aggressive enough to get to the rim, challenge their defense, those kinds of things. So, that's an ongoing problem. We got to find ways to get to that free throw line more, whether it's taking guys off the dribble or getting post-ups in there deeper. The turnover issue, we had, some bad post-feed passes early in the game, and late we had some bad execution.
You have 3 games this week. You make up for the light week last week with almost like an NBA style, 3 games in 5 days this week. You play Cedarville on Tuesday night at 6 p.m. You have to go down to Southern Ohio to face the Yellow Jackets. They're 12-7 overall, and they're undefeated at home. They're 7-0, and they've played some good competition. Talk a little bit about Cedarville.
Well, a very good team making the transition to Division II from NAIA. Like I said, they're undefeated at home. They've played a very tough schedule. They've got a nice crowd, nice atmosphere there. It's going to be a tough game. Comes at an awkward time, probably not the best time in the season, but it was the last game we scheduled. We were having a hard time scheduling. They needed games. We needed a game. So we really had no choice. This was the only place that fit in on the calendar. So don't particularly like it that it's right in the middle of conference play, but nevertheless, it is what it is. We got to go down there. We got to try to play well. We got to try to continue to find ways to get better. We got to try to continue to find ways to finish off games stronger, so that when we come right back home and jump back into conference play, we're that much better of a team.
Yeah, this will be your final non-conference game of the year against Cedarville, and then you have 7 conference games to close out the regular season. 4 of those, the first 4, come at home. It'll be nice to get home for you guys, a 4-game homestand. You'll have Saginaw Valley on Thursday night, who you defeated earlier in the year. You held the Cardinals to just 39 points in your best defensive effort of the season. And then Lake Superior State on Saturday, a team who shot the ball well up in Sault Ste. Marie when you played them earlier in the year, and they got a victory over you. But it'll be nice to be home, but 2 tough games against some North Division opponents.
Yeah, every game is tough. We've shown that we can play with the best teams. We've shown that we can struggle with the teams that aren't so good. So we'll have to play well. It'll be great to come back home, but we've gotten beat here at home too this year. So we just got to keep grinding away. We're still in the middle of the pack. We're still fighting for positioning and for the conference tournament. I still believe our team is good enough that we can, if we can get in the conference tournament, that we can make a run and get hot at the right time, perhaps win the conference tournament. So our guys, they seem to be sticking together. I think our practices have continued to be good. We just got to get through this stretch here and try to come up with some victories.
And Thursday night against Saginaw Valley State Student Appreciation Day, so that's fun. First 100 Grand Valley students get free T-shirts. First 400 students get free pizza and root beer. So that'll be fun to hopefully get the stands packed and get some fans in there.
Yeah, our students have been great this year. Almost every game we've packed that student section. It's a tremendous energy boost to our team. Something certainly we need all the extra benefits we can get, so I'm hoping they really come out and continue to support us as they have all season.
Yeah, they sit right behind me when I'm on the radio over there, and it's sometimes hard to hear, which is always a good thing. So, Coach, 3 games this week. Hopefully you get all 3 W's, and we'll talk to you again next week.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Rick. And thank you for joining us here on the Grand Valley Sports Network.